What's up everybody, D-Man back, welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla Minus One sequel, aka Shinsaku Gojira, but not Shin Godzilla 2, news and updates. In this one, we've got some insane figures coming out from Godzilla Minus One. We've also got some really cool Godzilla events, including one that completely slipped the radar, which I think is fantastic, and we go in depth with an interview with director Takashi Yamazaki about what we can expect to see in the Godzilla Minus One sequel, and what his goals are moving forward as a filmmaker. And I'll just say I'm very happy about it. I could not be happier. Let's get into it. Starting out with some artwork like always, this first piece comes to us from Godzilla 3, and it is their Godzillasaurus roaring art. I love it. I love this style. I really like the night sky up above. The stars looks great. The flames look great. Godzilla looks fantastic. He looks so sick there. Love the Oto Godzilla. This was a really cool one to come across. Next up, this one's great. This is Asai 222's Shikishima in the Shadow of Godzilla artwork. I love character art. I love when people do fan art of the characters of these movies. This one's great. Shikishima looks fantastic. I love that he's got his pilot outfit on, with the goggles. And then Godzilla's silhouette over him with the spines casting a shadow on his face looks fantastic. It's great stuff, dude. I'm really into this one. I thought it was really cool. I don't think that they made this, but Toho 1107 shared this custom-made Godzilla Minus One. I think it's like a model bust that was on sale at G-Fest this year. So for those of you who don't know, G-Fest just happened. Unfortunately, I was not able to go, but this Godzilla Minus One appeared there. It was shared on Twitter, and it's so freaking cool. This is a custom made, very clearly. Very, very sick. The details on it are great. I love the texturing on the spines. Godzilla looks fantastic. They did a really good job with the texturing on the shoulder. Godzilla's face looks great. He looks so cool. He looks so awesome. And he's all charging up his spines. He's all blue. It's very sick stuff. I'm very into it. There are new Godzilla cork coasters that are out, so you can put your cups on these, which of course there's actually a lot of really cool Godzilla cups out there, and so these would be really cool to put them on. These Godzilla coasters are on sale now. There's a couple featuring Godzilla Minus One, the key art from that movie. There's also one with burning Godzilla on it, and then one of Mothra. I believe that's Mothra 2003. They also are releasing new Godzilla sandals. These are very fun. You got the Godzilla Minus One key art on the sandals, which looks great. This one with burning Godzilla, and then Godzilla Minus One minus color sandals, which actually could be my favorites. I think those look very nice. Along with the new Bandai HGD Plus Godzilla Collection 2, which is actually released in the US. I've seen these things. They're very expensive actually at the stores I've seen them at. Little blind bags you can get of Godzilla. They come in these circle pods, so you actually don't know who you're getting. It's got Godzilla 89, Biolante 89, Flower Form, Hedorah 1971, and then Mechagodzilla 2002. Very cool stuff. But along with that, they released these new Bandai tote bags. So there's Godzilla Minus One tote bags. One of them's got Godzilla on it. On the back side, it's got Godzilla spines. There's a Godzilla 54 one. There's like a Godzilla camo one, which I believe has Shin Godzilla on it, but I can't totally tell. That tail looks very Shin Godzilla to me. And then there's a Godzilla versus Destroya one. Kawada Toys revealed their Godzilla 2023 Deluxe Nano Blocks figure. Holy cannoli, this thing is really impressive. I think we've talked about it before. It's like essentially an off-brand version of Lego Godzilla. The box art looks really nice. It looks really cool, very slick. This comes with 3,650 pieces. It's very hefty to put together. It actually looks like it can kind of articulate, which is very impressive as well. It comes with the Shin Semaru. Look at that, very cute. And I like that it's got little like white pegs on it that kind of represent people. It's very cute. And then Godzilla, you can actually swap out the spines on that bad boy to get them to be nice and blue and charged up, which is so epic, very cool. It does run you $135, but I've got the link in the description below if you want to go check that out. Go check it out, as well as all the links we'll talk about today. Plex Toys revealed their Wonderfest 2025 Summer Edition Godzilla Enraged version. This is so sick. It goes back to the G from the G-1.0 logo. It's got Godzilla in the silhouette of that G, which is so cool. The way the tail wraps around that one really large spine, and then even the patterning on the leg representing that kind of tapered out pattern at the end of the G. Very cool stuff. And the paint job is so sick. The red looks fantastic. The purple looks great. The blue blue hidden in there. It looks incredible. And then there's also a version that glows in the dark with greens and yellows and oranges. It's amazing stuff. It does run you $265. Holy crap. And you can only buy it in person at Wonder Festival. Another one that you can only buy in person at Wonder Festival is this Godzilla Caravan GVA Godzilla 2023 modeled by Tensuku Kogi, and this is the Ice Glow version which was revealed. It's obviously the pressure damaged Godzilla figure I talked about in a news and update quite a while ago, but it's Godzilla at the very end of the movie, all pressure damaged, charging up for his final atomic attack. This one does come with a blue glow on the spines and on his elbow spikes, which is so dope. Kokuryu Kobo finished their Godzilla 2023 sculpt. It is amazing. Kobo obviously produces the highest quality Godzilla garage kits. They're insane. They're so good. These are, I believe, what becomes the base point for X+. The paint job on this thing is miraculous. This looks straight up like the CG model. Like, the more you look at it, the more impressive it becomes. The amount of detail packed into this figure is astounding. Insanely good stuff. The Godzilla stores continue to spread with a Godzilla Corner takeover happening in Apita Agui stores in the Aichi Prefecture. It's very fun. The Godzilla Corner looks like a super fun time. I love that they've got like a random Godzilla versus GMK Godzilla or something up there, but then they've got all these Godzilla posters hung from banners up on the ceiling. There's figures everywhere. This looks like actually one of the coolest Godzilla corners they've done, if I'm allowed to say so. I think it's very sick. I really like it. And if you got there early enough, you could get yourself a little chibi Godzilla visor. More Godzilla store pop-ups happened. This one at Village Vanguard in Kyushu. There's some artwork made for it with Godzilla and this boat behind him. And then the actual Godzilla display here is also very cool. I like that they're incorporating some greenery into it. It looks very nice. And then they've got a big Godzilla Minus One standee, and then this beautiful giant Mothra standee, which is so sick. So lots of cool Godzilla stuff there. The Godzilla store Axpasa Ashigara opened up on the Tomoe Expressway. This featured a collaborative menu and a merchandise and some Godzilla suits on display. The collaborative menu is fun. I really like that one that kind of looks like you can see Godzilla's spines, the Godzilla Sando, and then the Godzilla corn dog. What the heck, man? It's like a charcoal gray corn dog. That is some silly stuff. The Godzilla display actually looks fantastic. It's got a bunch of Godzilla posters, and then it's featuring the GMK Godzilla and Baragon, looking amazing. Those suits have aged gloriously. All the Millennium suits have aged so freaking well. By the time the Millennium era rolled around, they were making those suits out of some really durable materials. This is news I absolutely totally missed. I didn't even know it happened, but this was actually a little bit ago. A Godzilla event happened in Chubu, Japan, and this is the fate of the Godzilla Invasion truck. If you remember, the Godzilla Invasion truck toured Japan for a while. It was made to celebrate the release of Godzilla Minus One, featured at the premiere for the movie. The Godzilla Attacks Chubu Electric Power Mirai Tower event launched in summer of 2024. How did I never know about this? I covered news through all that time and I never knew about this. The Chubu Electric Power Mirai Tower, one of Nagoya's most iconic landmarks, celebrated its 70th anniversary with this Godzilla collaboration. If you're wondering, that tower is featured in some Godzilla movies. For me, most iconically, it's the tower that Godzilla accidentally pulls down with his tail in Mothra vs. Godzilla. Wonderful moment. It's kind of like a Tokyo Tower type deal. In front of it, there's this nice pond, and that's where the Godzilla Invasion truck wound up. This ran from the start of summer until the start of fall 2024. A Godzilla event opened at the sky deck in the tower there with postcards and merchandise and displays, and the Godzilla Invasion truck was reworked to a Godzilla exhibit, which sat in this pond for free. You could visit that part for free. It was an exhibition appearing at the Mizube Hiroba in Hisaya Orobi Park. There's some beautiful photos of it here that are really nice. I really like this sunset one. Very pretty. And Godzilla's head just coming out of the pond there. What else would you put in that pond? It is dope, man. I really like it. I hope they left it. That'd be sick. That'd be amazing. I'm sure it'd get weathered over time sitting in that pond, but dang, dude, what else are you gonna do with the Godzilla Invasion head? Where else should it go? Couple news and updates ago, I covered Takashi Yamazaki's interview with Analog. I love these interviews. They're so soothing. The vibe of them is just peak, and they're very well shot and very beautiful. I freaking love these interviews. And this one was great. This is a follow-up to the other interview we got, continues where the conversation left off. And in it, Yamazaki opens up about how it is the hardships of life that make triumphant moments meaningful and rewarding. He says, when a film is good, people project their own stories onto the story unfolding on screen. They cry over their own stories. He's basically saying when you cry when you're watching a movie, you're not crying because of the movie, maybe a little bit, even he admits, but you're crying because of what the movie reminds you of in your life. And he's saying that that is kind of his goal, is to achieve that balance. And that's something that we can see in the new Godzilla movie coming up soon. He says he tries to make stories that evoke memories for people that will bring some emotions out from within them. One of his goals is to create moments where even he can be moved while watching the movie, despite knowing every single detail about the story and how it was made. He says that if he can achieve this, and if this happens for him, he knows the moment will work for other people. And it seems like that did happen for him while making Godzilla Minus One at least a few times. This little moment hits home particularly well because when I saw Godzilla Minus One, the first theater I saw it in, people were literally weeping as the movie ended. Like, the theater was moved to tears. So many people in the theater were crying. It was really impressive, and that is something I look forward to a lot in the sequel for Godzilla Minus One. I don't know what type of emotional beats it'll hit or what thematic weight it'll carry, but very excited to find out because Yamazaki has proven himself to be an incredible filmmaker with an incredible grasp on Godzilla. Yamazaki explains that he actually didn't feel too much pressure or fear while making Godzilla Minus One, and he was having fun the whole time. But right before the film released was the worst feeling, and he felt lots of pressure right before the movie comes out. Like, he spent so much money on it, and if it failed, what would happen to him and his career? But he did say, if it scares me, I must work even harder next time, as in next time he's gonna try even harder and do even better so that he can make sure that those fears don't hit him a second time, you know? And I think that's awesome. I love that. I'm very excited. I cannot wait to see where we go from here. He talks about something that I think is very sad, and that's that there was a time where VFX were the stars of films, but now that time is gone and things have shifted, and VFX now is more like a crucial supporting role. It does make me sad that the era of like people going to the theater to see Godzilla in action and the suits and the beautiful VFX work and then eventually the CGI and the incredible artistry of that, it's kind of gone because special effects films are so popular nowadays. Like, every movie's a special effects film. But Yamazaki has a wonderful outlook on it that could not have me more excited for where things are going, and that's that he says he treats VFX like a picture frame. The picture has to be great, but the picture frame can help make the whole presentation even better. But the picture frame can't replace the picture. In relation to, the story has to be there. The story and the characters have to be there. They have to be great. They have to be perfect. And then the VFX can support that. One thing I've talked a lot about is that the VFX need to support the story being told, and the core story needs to be intact. I think the writing of a Godzilla movie is by far the most important part of a Godzilla movie. And I'm so happy to see that a director shares that opinion. That makes me very excited. Obviously, I feel that with Godzilla Minus One's already achieved that. He then talks about what moves people is imperfection. It's the flaws in the things we're watching. That's why he says digital yearns to be analog. The whole goal of things like VFX are to achieve the feel of something that was done practically. I hope someday we can achieve more of a balance with practical filmmaking like suitmation being brought back alongside CGI. He predicts that in the future, with AI becoming so commonplace and with it being so easy to produce content, people will subconsciously yearn for a more authentic human art form, one with flaws that only humans could create. Like people moving away from streaming music and getting into vinyl or live concerts, that kind of deal. I totally agree. You actually see that a ton, and I think that makes complete sense. And that's where I'll leave you for this one. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. It is through the support of the patrons on Patreon that I'm able to continue to make videos like this for you. If you want to support the Patreon, you can use the link in the description below where you can get early access to content, access to the Discord community, and more. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time for the next one. D-Man, out.